What's happening, everybody? Here we are, another Thursday night on the grind. Um, let's start tonight off really quickly with our sponsors of the show. First up tonight is our good friends over at hellspeedshop.com. Hellspeedshop.com. They make the coolest, best flannel shirts in the industry. It doesn't matter if you're into motorcycles, motocross, or rodeoing. It doesn't matter. They have the best flannel shirts out there that money can buy. They have cool t-shirts, cool hats, cool swag. Nathan builds some of the coolest hot rod trucks and stuff out there you've ever seen. You got to go check out hellspeedshop.com or check them out online at Hell Speed Shop on Facebook, Instagram, all of your social platforms. Go check them out at hellspeedshop.com and let them know Kevin with the grind sent you. Next up, our good friends over at Jade Affiliated, jadeaf.com. Custom Harley Davidson and aftermarket wheels for Harleys. What's up, Mr. Goheen? When it comes to custom Harley Davidson wheels, you got to go check out Jade Affiliated. It's Jade Affiliated on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to go look, you can go find them. But the website is jadeaf.com. Badass wheels. I've got the Walter White going on my new build. You got to check it out. We'll be posting videos of that during the build. Next up, American Drag Seats, AmericanDragSeats.com. Custom seats, Harley Davidson aftermarket seats, American Iron Horse seats. You need custom seats, we've got you covered, period. It sounds so funny, but AmericanDragSeats.com has you covered. You need a custom seat, custom upholstery, custom-made pans, aftermarket. We've got everything you need. You got to go check us out at AmericanDragSeats.com, American Drag Seats on Instagram, TikTok, American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook. Give us a yell, place an order, we'll take care of you. Next up, our friends over at Indiana and Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. Great publication. If you're in that part of the world in Indiana, Illinois, you got to stop into one of your bike shops, one of your local bars, restaurants, stuff like that. They've got the magazines. They're free. You can go get you one and go pick them up, check them out, man. Next up, Legacy Bike Works, right here in Manville, Texas. Audio, custom builds, big wheel baggers, choppers, bobbers. We do it all right here in-house. We have some of the best painters in the country working, painting these bikes for us. Great audio, everything you need motorcycles. We got you covered right here in Manville, Texas. Check us out at Legacy Bike Works on Facebook and Legacy Bike Works on Instagram. Shoot us a message if you need something done. What's up, Uncle Bruno? Next up, our good friends over at Hopkins Design. When it comes to websites, when it comes to marketing and branding and all that, you got to go to hopkins-design.com. Get you a website built, get you a logo built, get some photos, some videos, anything you need, they can do it at hopkins-design.com. Last but not least, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine, urbanridesmagazine.com, Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook and all your social media sites. Urban Rides is a great publication, got a sister publication, Street Bagger Magazine. You can get them digital or you can get printed copies and they can send them out to you. Anyway, go check them out, urbanridesmagazine.com. What's up, Mr. Jason Lease? How you doing, buddy? I hope everything's going good with your hospitalizations and all your health issues. I hope you are getting better, my friend. So tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. If you're watching on YouTube, man, comment, you know, push the like buttons, push the little bell to get the notifications. Be active, leave some comments. If you're watching on Facebook at the Grind page on Facebook, that's where all these comments are going to pop up at. You can watch it on my personal page. You can watch it on YouTube. I mean, it's everywhere. You can watch us everywhere. What's up, Mr. Russell Parks? Kevin Sockwell, let's get it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get it. So tonight's show is, are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? What's up, Mr. William Cole? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see some faces in here tonight, especially some long-time viewers and fans of the show, friends of the show. Don't want to call them fans. I want to call them friends. But man, I'll tell you guys, man, it has been a rough year, especially for me. It's been a rough year. A lot of growing pains, a lot of stuff going on. What Jason said, I'm on the mend. My brother, thank you. I'm stronger than cancer. Hell yeah, you are, my man. Hell yeah, you are. I know for a fact, Jason, you have been in prayers of so many thousands of people on the interwebs, all the people that have seen you with the bike, all the people, that follow you on social media. You got a big tribe behind you, my friend. We are all praying for you to kick cancer's ass. But like I said, tonight's show is specifically about being part of the problem or being part of the solution. And like I said, it's been a rough year for me, but it's also been a rough year. This last 2023 has been a rough year for a lot of people. And first 8 months of 2024 haven't been a lot better. But what I want to say about that is if God woke you up this morning, you are blessed. Period. Point blank. The end. You may be facing health issues. You may be facing financial issues. Hell, I know quite a few people here lately have lost their jobs. Things are going to happen. Things are going to happen to you in life. But if you get to wake up in the morning, that is the best thing in the world, because that's an opportunity to change your current situation. Now, I have a group of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances, a lot of people that I call friends in this industry. And as you all know, back in March, I took March and April completely off. I just didn't want to do the show anymore. I just didn't want all the negativity anymore. Everything was just bad. And there's so much more behind that being bad that eventually I'm going to get to tell you everybody about what actually happened in my life. And when I tell you guys, I'm not telling you because I'm looking for pity or I'm looking for sympathy or anything like that. But I know a lot of you guys follow me. You follow me on all the social media platforms. And there's a very few of you guys that I've actually spoken to about what's happened in my life. But my whole point is that the bad is going to happen. You can either look at it as a blessing or you can be a victim. We all go through struggles. We all go through issues. We all have crappy customers. We all have great, blessed, awesome customers. My point is with the being part of the problem or being part of the solution is this right here. If I have a friend that is struggling with his business, my first thought process is, how can I help them get more business? That's my first thought is, what can I do to get people to go use them? My second thing that I think of is there something they offer that I could use, that I could buy, that I could purchase from them? And let's face it, in this community, in the motorcycle community, painters, engine builders, bike builders, seat builders, audio guys, metal fabrication, engraving, chrome plating. It doesn't matter what part of this industry you're actually a part of. You have competition. There are people out there that do what you do. Some people are better than you. Some people are just starting and not as good as you. But if all the bike shops that I'm friends with opt to use someone else to do their seat, I don't get upset at that. I don't get upset at that at all. Simply because I don't want to be a hater. I want to be proactive. I want to be supportive of the other seat guys out there. Me, fortunately, I do the motorcycle seats and build the custom bikes and stuff like that part-time. I don't do it full-time. The reason I don't do it full time is because in order to have a full time shop that does just that, you have to dedicate your life to doing just that. You got to build up your clientele list. You got to get your name out there. And for those that don't know this, I literally have been self-employed since 1997. Go ahead, do the math. That's 27 years that I've been self-employed. When I say self-employed, I mean I have been paying taxes on my income, whether it was a $10,000 year or it was a $400,000 year. And yes, I've had $400,000 years with my businesses. It has happened. It didn't matter. Anywhere in between 10,000, 400,000 didn't matter. You don't have the stability. You don't have the insurance. So when you decide to go into business by yourself, you're going to face certain trials and tribulations. And I know one of the things that as a business owner is you're going to have upset customers that aren't on board. What's up, Pedro? My brother Adrian's in the house, Dre. So what I mean is you're going to have a customer that comes to you, talks to you, orders something from you, agrees to pay you, and then when they get the product from you, they're not going to be happy with the product. In my time, in my 27 years, I literally can tell you, I think I've only had 5 customers in 27 years that weren't happy. And all 5 of those customers, with the exception of one customer, the other 4, there was a resolution. The resolution was I either gave them their money back, or I remedied the problem that they had, or we just worked it out. Now, I will say this. I have been screwed by customers a lot more than 5 times. It actually is the number 6. I've been screwed 6 times. And out of those 6 times, I learned something every time I got screwed. First thing I learned is there is a time frame and a deadline when you do internet transactions, whether it's PayPal, a credit card, online shopping via your bank or ACH. If you purchase a product, there's a time frame that you can get your money back. Certain situations, you don't even have to give the product back. Now, for those that don't know me, I only take PayPal. That's the only form of payment, unless you're standing in front of me. That's the only way I get paid is via PayPal. And there is a fee for that. So if it's $1,000 bill to you, I'm going to pay you about 4.5% of that bill goes directly to PayPal. The reason I use PayPal is because PayPal has a really good program that protects both entities, the business and the customer. I explain this in great detail to my customers, why I use them, the reason that I do what I do. It's to protect them, but also to protect me. When I have an issue with a customer, it's very simple. I will do everything in my power to remedy the problem. But I also know that 99.9999% of the time, when I talk to a customer the first time I talk to them, I try to get a feel for who they are. The reason I get a feel for them is because there's 2 reasons to that, or 2 sides to that coin. The first reason I want to get a feel for them because I want to know the type of person that I'm doing work for. Because you can tell right away, if you let someone speak long enough, you can tell what their intentions are. You just have to listen. I'll tell you a good example of this. Back, I want to say 2013, 2014, before I moved into this house, I was at my other house and I worked out of my garage, 2-car garage, and I had a customer pull up on a Victory. What's up, Jimmy? He said, trust no one. No, that's not good either. You got to trust people too. Me and Gary had a rare part go missing in the mail. We both ended up doing a whole different project for him on the house. That's what you got to do sometimes. But what happened so I had this customer come up on a Victory. And he pulls up, and if you know anything about Victory seats, they got a very weird shape to them. They're pretty cool, but they got a very weird shape. But this customer comes in, and he's wearing like tennis shoes, shorts, a muscle shirt, and a backwards baseball cap. And the guy was like in his 50s. And then he had his wife behind him, which I would assume was his wife. She was in flip-flops, shorts, and a tank top, and had her hair in a ponytail. And they pull up to the house, and he had called me. I gave him my address. He came by. When he pulls up, the first words out of this guy's mouth were how much money he paid for this bike, and only the best of the best goes on it. And I was like, well, I will do my best to give you the best of what my abilities are. And he goes, well, prices no matter. I'll pay whatever. When a customer walks up to me and the first words out of their mouth are how much money they make, or basically trying to impress me with their credentials, I instantly double the price of the seat. And the reason I double the price of the seat is because I don't want to do business for someone like that. Because when you get someone like that that comes in and all they care about is boasting to you about how much money they make and how they can do this and how they can do that, I already know there's going to be an issue already out the door. So instead of giving my normal rate, I doubled it for this guy. And he goes, man, that's a lot of money. I was like, yes, it is a lot of money, but based off of our conversation, you expect a lot. And for me to give you what you want, it's going to take that amount of money to give you what you want and make you happy. Well, that just seems unfair. I said, well, it's not fair, and I don't have standardized pricing. Every person, every seat is custom to me. So you either pay the bill or you go about your way. But either way, I have work I have to do. So the guy got upset, and he started him-hawing and, getting a little vocal with me. And I simply told him, I was like, look, man, I don't have time to deal with people like you, because I already know whatever I do for you, you're going to be upset with me no matter how good or bad it is, because you didn't even respect me in my own home. So I think it would be best if you go on and leave. Now, I never cussed. I never got mad. I never raised my voice. I never did anything. I just simply stated the facts back to the man, and he left. Funny thing is, about a month and a half later, he comes back and somebody else had done his seat, and he just really didn't like it. But when he came to me this time, he actually apologized for the way he handled it when he came the first time. And he goes, hey, look, I'm sorry. I know I came off a little, snobbish or whatever. And I was like, it's no problem, man. He goes, but is there any way you can redo my seat? My buddy got a seat done by you. He loved it. I liked it. It looked good. I'd really like for you to do my seat. I said, okay. I said, what are you looking at having done? He goes, blah, 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 whatever. I said, okay. I can do that for about $900, because those seats really are big. They're very weird shaped. And he was like, okay, thank you. He goes, do I need to pay you now or what? I said, I take 50% up front, and the other 50% is when I'm done. You sign off on everything. I will send you text message pictures of approval, so you know every step of the way. When I was done with the seat, the customer was ecstatic. He loved it. He paid the other half, and he went on his way, and they were great. I could have done things a lot different, but he would have been upset. Now, when you have a full brick and mortar shop that you have a lot of cost. And this is one of the things that's always gotten me about bike shops. Let me explain it to you like this. The two different types of shops that I know of are custom shops and maintenance shops. I've never seen a custom maintenance shop. I have seen maintenance shops that try to do custom work, but they don't do true custom work. They don't build frames. They don't do gas tanks. They don't, this, that, or the other. And the reason they don't do it is because a brick and mortar building costs a lot of money. A lot of money. What's up, C? Thanks for watching. When you have a shop, and let's just use a round number for everybody. The shop rent that you pay every month is $2,000. That's just so you can put your stuff in it. Then you have the light bill. Let's say that's $200 a month. Then you have, your insurance, because you have to have insurance if you're renting a shop, or at least you do here in Texas. By the time you put everything together, you literally could be looking at $3,000, $4,000 a month on the low side that you have to make just to exist in that shop. But then how much money do you want to make an hour? A lot of my independent shops, they don't know what they make an hour. They've never put the pen to paper. They just know they've got a $50,000 custom build, or they've got this, or they've got that. But at the end of the day, let's just say you want to make $20 an hour. That's what you want to make. That's $800 a week if you work 40 hours. So now you've got $3,500 to, you got $4,200 to $4,800 you have to make. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's more than that. So it's 800, 8 times, that's 3,200. So you have $7,200 you have to make every single month just to be in the shop. One person, one individual person. Now, are you going to do that $7,200 a month with oil changes, tires, repairs, things of that nature? Or are you going to hopefully get a custom shop that builds custom bikes, and hopefully you can build one custom bike per month to make your 10 or 20 grand that you need to make? That's so hard to do. That's so hard to do. And especially in this industry where you've got so many people hating on so many people and so many shops just bad mouthing each other. It's unrealistic how it happens. I actually had a friend of mine that owned a shop, and they ended up getting sued. And it was for a nominal number. It wasn't anything outrageous. But I happened to know the person that was suing them, and I happened to know the shop. And when you're sitting there talking, and I didn't know the shop so well that I was like best friends with them or anything like that. And I didn't really know the customer so well that I was best friends with them. But I talked to the customer way more than I talked to the shop. Now, the customer's so upset they're wanting to sue them, and it's for like 10 grand is what they were suing them for. And the shop really did. They took too long to get the stuff they wanted to get done. But the customer was so steadfast on bashing them and bashing them and bashing them and bashing them that I finally asked the customer one day, I was like, what is it that you want to happen? I mean, if the guy gives you the 10 grand back, is that going to be good enough for you? No, it's not. No, I want to see them out of business. And I asked him very point blank. I was like, so let me get this straight. Your bike, which is something you have for fun, you mean to tell me you want to put someone out of business so that they can't provide for their family because you got screwed out of $10,000 on something fun? What's up, Rich? So it seems like to me that you could have worked with that shop and you could have said, hey, look, you can't do what I need done. It's been 2 years. You owe me $10,000. Here's what I'm going to do. Why don't you talk to this shop over here? Y'all work out a payment plan. They'll finish my bike or get my bike where it needs to be. And then you and me will go our separate ways. But this customer was dead set on ruining this guy's life. He was out for blood. And I'll tell you right now, I've been in situations where people have done me wrong. But I have never wished that much malice and hate on them, because What purpose does it serve me to put some human being into such dire straits that they can't even, they're going to be homeless? They can't take care of their family. So, I mean, I do understand there are shops out there. I get it. There are shisty shops out there that have, taken advantage of more than one person. They do it repeatedly. I get that. But that's why I always tell people, and I've said it on this show for years now, and I love saying that for years. I've said it for years. Do your due diligence before you take your bike to a shop. Find out how long they've been in business. Find out what they've built. Find out if there's good customers, bad customers, if there's any reviews on them. Anybody you know of knows if they do good work, bad work, indifferent work, whatever. Because I can tell you this right now for a certain fact. There is not a bike builder that I know of, from Jesse James down to my son Devin and everybody in between. There is not a single bike company out there, bike shop, custom shop, whatever, that doesn't have some type of bad review, some type of bad situation with a customer where the customer thought they got screwed. It doesn't happen because there's bad customers. There's customers that aren't willing to work with you. There's customers that aren't willing to say, hey, look, you screwed up, but I know you have talent. Let's fix this. Let's get this right. But I would never wish for someone to go out of business and be homeless because I was just that vindictive. I mean, there was a guy that had my Camaro for 5.5 years. He screwed me every single way you could possibly think of, from the new motor that I paid him for, the new transmission I paid him for, the brand new wiring harness I paid him for. I got a junkyard transmission. I got a junkyard LS3. I got a chopped up, hacked up wiring harness. I hate this guy. He took 5.5 years of my life with my car, and I still don't wish him any ill will. I don't want him to, go out of business and his wife leave him and his kids disown. I don't want that for him. What I would prefer is the guy grow a sack and say, hey, look, dude, I did you wrong. I want to make it right for you. What can I do to help you? I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'd be like, man, let's work it out, dude. Let's work it out. And that's something that happened with me personally on my own car. $22,000 out the door. And I still don't wish him bad. What's up, Mr. Doug? So the reason I say this to you guys is because, man, times are hard right now. Shops are struggling right now. Getting good paying customers, getting people to have your back, getting people to help you, because that's the one cool thing about all of us, is that we're all in the same boat together. Whether you're building bikes, whether you're doing custom seats, whether you're doing chrome work, whether you're running a magazine, all these things are in the motorcycle world. There's got to be a way that we can all help each other. There's got to be a way that we can band together and help the shops that are struggling, warn people of the shops that are doing wrong, or even talk to the guys that are doing wrong and say, hey, look, dude, you're getting a bad reputation because you're doing this and this. Now, if you talk to them and they don't want to listen, I get that 100%, 1,000%, because there's a lot of those dudes out there that think they're God, think they're better than everybody, and then they end up, screwing up big time, and then they don't care. They just go out of business and go away. That's on them. That's not on us. But as a community, we should all be willing to try to help each other, from shop to shop, to customer to craft to craft. It's somehow, some way, we should be trying to help each other throughout all this stuff. Like me, one of the biggest things I want to do, hold on, let me read this real quick. Pedro said, I personally try to share my friends' businesses daily, connected to talent. Pedro the Engraver. Yes. That's the other thing is, I literally have got 3 motorcycle seats I'm doing right now. That's all the work I've got. But I know James Carter's probably got 20. I know Troy Swarver's probably got 20. I know Dave Voss is busier than a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. I will still send them work. You know, it's just as easy for a shop out of state to mail me their seat. But if it's going to be, you know, if the shop's right down the road from where they're at, I literally will at least offer the information so that they'll know that there's a seat guy right there by them. I could be the guy that's like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to do everything myself. I'm going to suck it all up myself, blah, blah, blah. But man, I'll tell you, man, I believe in karma. I believe in what you put out into this world, you're going to get back. I want to stop right here, and I want to tell you guys something real quick, because we have Doug Kime in the house watching the show. And I'll tell you guys this. The first time I heard the name Doug Kime was about 2005. All the way up until about, I don't know, 4 years ago, all I knew was Doug was a master bike builder, you know, celebrity bike builder. He was untouchable. He was a celebrity in the motorcycle world. Now, fast forward all these years, I've got the show. I got the great opportunity. I saw Doug on Facebook. I sent him a friend request. He accepted it. I sent him a message. And Doug turned out to be one of the sweetest, nicest, most genuine human beings, not just bike builder, genuine human beings I've ever met. He's never had a big head about being, you know, at the level and the stature of a bike builder that he's been since 1976 or 1977. That's how long he's had his brick and mortar. That's how long he's had his business. You do the math on that, because I guarantee it's about 40 years. My whole point by telling you that is that when I get tripped up, when I get stuck, when I get in a position where something is kicking my butt, Doug is on the other end of the phone line. Doug is always there to talk, always there to help, always there to extend some knowledge, to talk to you about what he's been through, what he's done. Me and Doug have literally talked about customers, how to handle customers, how to do invoices, how to protect yourself, how to protect them, how to work out issues, how to figure things out with the bikes. I mean, on the Martin Brothers bike, Doug helped me on 2 problems I had that I would have never figured out because I just didn't understand. I didn't get how that part worked. And he helped me out so much by talking me through it. He never told me this is your problem, but he worked me through it and made me think. And that's where, are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? Mr. Doug is part of a solution. He's passing knowledge. He's helping you. And if he doesn't know the answer, he doesn't bullshit you either. He'll tell you, hey, give me a minute. Let me think on this, and I'm going to get back with you. Doug has never taken more than 2 hours to get back to me. When I tell you guys this, I tell you guys this because it's hard to find people with his tenure, first of all, but also all of the knowledge he brings to the table. It's hard to find people like that aren't going to ridicule you, cut you down, call you names, pick on you, blah, 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 whatever. It's hard to find people like that really want to be part of your solution. They want to help you and see you succeed, because I'm assuming at some point in life, Doug had someone that helped him succeed, that taught him certain things, that helped him, you know, grow into the bike builder he was, or he is, because he's still doing it today. But anyway, I say that because the whole premise of this show was, are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? I want to be part of the solution for you guys out there. I don't want to be a mediator, but if I have to mediate a situation, I would love to mediate a situation to help 2 people find a resolution. You know, there's so many things happening in this industry in the background that people just don't realize. When you decide to be hateful to somebody, man, you don't know what's going on in the background. And maybe that hatefulness was just enough to push them over the edge. Or being thoughtful and compassionate might just be just enough to pull them off of the ledge. Let that sink in for a little bit, because I've started going to church again every Thursday night. I needed it. I was in a very bad place. December, January, February, March, even into April and early May, I was in a very dark place. It took my friends talking to me to make me realize I had changed. I was not in a good headspace, as my best friend likes to say. But I didn't even know I was there. I didn't even know that I was that broken. It took my friends talking to me and telling me, dude, something's going on, man. And then once I opened up and I started talking, I started telling them, they were like, man, we knew it. We knew something had to be wrong. Something was off. And like I tell you guys, at a later date, I'm going to let everybody in on everything that happened. I just can't do it right now, but I will. It's not a secret. It's not some big scandal. It's just what happened to me. And we're working through it and we're making things happen. But I tell all you guys this because this platform right here, The Grind National Biker Build Off, The Grind Biker Build Off page. The Grind page is a community. It's a community of bike builders, bike enthusiasts, fans, seat guys, chrome guys, fabrication guys, everybody. This is a community. And I do this show every week because I'm hoping at some point in time, I will literally be able to help somebody, because I enjoy that. I've had a lot of people in my life that have helped me with certain things. And it makes me feel good when I can help someone figure out a problem. It doesn't always work, and sometimes, I stick my nose in places it shouldn't be, but the intention is always good. I'm always there. I'm always wanting to help. Everybody say hello to Miss Nancy Weem, Miss Marsha Fitzpatrick, Mr. Jeff Rollins. I appreciate you guys. And you know what, Nancy, hugs to you. I'm sorry to hear about your pup. That sucks. I've been there. My heart breaks for you. Not a community, it's a family. Well, John, I would love to say it's a family, but at this point in day and age, I'm going to have to call it a community with families in it, because there are great people out there. There's a lot of there's just so much cool stuff out there and so many cool people to work with. It's funny because I keep seeing Pedro pop up and he's commenting, and I love it when all you guys comment, you leave your little blurbs and your stuff like that, because I get to read them and I get to go through them. But Pedro, I have to say with Pedro is a great, awesome, amazing engraver. And I remember, I know that there's a handful of engravers out there, and that to me that's an art form that's amazing, and you can do such cool stuff with it. I wish I knew more about it. I don't want to do it. I just think it's a cool craft to have. So hats off, Pedro. I think that's awesome. 42wheels.com. This is 100% why I want your involvement in my business. Well, I will tell all you guys, y'all need to go over to 4-2wheels.com and go give it a check out. My buddy Tim McLaughlin has started this, and I'm going to have to bring him on the show so he can explain it all to you guys, how this website works. But it's also a community-based website, but it's got a lot of really cool stuff inside of it that we will get to. When Tim's ready to do that, we'll make that happen. But anyway, so I would love to sit here and just keep on talking. But like I told you guys back in May, I no longer have a format. It's not going to be a guaranteed 1 hour show every week. I do on occasion have 15, 20-minute shows. Tonight we've been on for 40 minutes, and there's going to be nights we may be on for an hour, hour and a half. I know there's things I want to do, and there's things I want to touch on, and there's situations I want to discuss. And tonight it felt necessary for me to talk to you guys about the problem or the solution, and how you can become part of a solution for somebody when you talk to them. And man, I guarantee this, because the situation you're in today, somebody else might be in that situation down the road, and you just happen to have the experience in that situation to help them get through the situation. Marcia said, we have a biker community church for a sponsor in the magazine, Heartland Christian Center, Full Throttle Biker Church in Hebron, Indiana. They have church on Sunday and Thursday. You can ride in and wear your biker attire or your colors. They are a biker-friendly church. It's awesome. Appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you for putting that up there, Marcia. That's good. I do know this. We all, and I'm never going to force this down anyone's throat, but I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. Died for my sins so I could be saved when I die. But I know for a fact I'm here to do something. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. And I thought back in April that I was just going to kill this show because I was so unhappy. Man, I was just so disappointed, unhappy, disappointed in people, disappointed in sponsors. I was just over it, if you know what I mean. 6 years into doing this, and it just didn't feel any further along than I had thought I had gotten. I took that 2 months off, came back, and it felt weird, but kept going to church. And I know this show right here, it's here for a reason. I'm supposed to be doing this show, and I'm supposed to be doing it for a reason. So I'm going to keep doing it and trying to figure out where my feet are supposed to land, because I enjoy motorcycles. I enjoy building them. I enjoy doing seats. I enjoy the community, the camaraderie that you do get. But I know for a fact we can all do better to one another. I know we can. But anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox because I hate to be that kind of guy, but I just had to put that out there for you guys. Here's the deal. If you're going through something and you don't feel like saying it on the show or nothing like that, you can send me a message on the grind. You can send me a message on my personal Facebook page, and I'll call you. We'll talk. We'll work it out. Kevin, you hang in there, bud. It'll all work out. I know it will. I have faith in God that I'm in the position I'm in for a specific reason. Thank you, Rich. This show is you calling. I've met so many awesome people because of you. You are the glue. And Pedro, I need that work. Amen. Thank you, Dre. I appreciate you, brother. It also gets me an opportunity to meet people all over the country, which is really, really cool, because I have met so many cool people myself, and I feel blessed for that, like Dre. So, but anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to let you guys get for tonight. I got to be up at 5:30. My eyes are burning. I'm tired. I really hope and pray that if you're out there and you're having an issue and you just need someone to talk to, man, reach out to me, man. Send me a message. We'll make it happen. We'll figure something out. We'll get it right or we'll get it wrong. Either way, we'll be there. But anyway, you guys go have a kick-ass week. Y'all do your thing. Yeah, no amp talk tonight, bro. But y'all go get up early. Thank God for waking you up, and have a great weekend, guys. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you next week.